You're watching KPSP Local 2. Happening now on KPSP Local 2 News.
The official results are in. Who won your local elections?
He's fighting to keep his job. Penn State's Joe Paterno is hearing from critics and supporters about his involvement in a sex scandal, how the school is starting to handle the situation.
It's a test taking place all across the nation. What it will mean for you when you're watching your favorite TV shows later today.
Live, the morning show from KPSP Local 2, where local comes first.
Time of year again, the snowbirds are in town, but maybe we shouldn't be taking them for granted. I'm Kate Cagle. After the break, I'll tell you about the problems facing the second home industry in our valley.
We wait for season all year, the time when our restaurants are full, people go back to work.
Our roads get clogged, but so much of our economy depends on snowbirds who only live here. Many golf course communities, part of the year, but many of them have been hit by the foreclosure crisis and the weak economy.
KPSP Local 2 mobile journalist Kate Cagle looked into a symposium today trying to figure out if these second home communities can last. What's going on here, Kate?
You know, in these hard economic times, it's difficult to feel sorry for people who own more than one home and walk away from one. But when you think about the fact that 40% of our population lives here seasonally, you begin to see the problem.
The scale of the problem as we see it knows no socioeconomic boundaries. There are multi-million-dollar homes being walked away from.
Lori Albert oversees the homeowners associations of 30 different clubs in the Coachella Valley.
The problem is the economy. The combination of the high foreclosure rate and the unemployment rate in California has led to many members of many communities unable to make their mortgage payments.
She says the country clubs are on a tight budget. Some have lost more than 10% of their members, hurting their ability to keep up the green and staff, a problem that resonates through the entire Coachella Valley.
Each club member represents approximately $1 million a year in expenditures for the local economy. You start multiplying that over the base of clubs that we have here, that's a very significant number.
Now, who you just saw right there, Michael Shepard, is emceeing a symposium today in Indian Wells to deal with this problem. More than 200 industry leaders have already RSVP'd. You can find the information on our website because it is open to the public if you work in the industry and you're interested in finding out what's going on there. Todd, Stella?
That $1 million figure floored me.
And okay, so also look at this one. So there's 130 of these clubs in the Coachella Valley. The average payroll is $1.7 million. So that's, you know, they paid the staff, the groundskeepers. I mean, it's a lot of money trying to keep up these communities, but we depend so much on it.
Yeah.
That's true, but if you, at the same time, if you're hurting and if you're going to give anything up, you're going to give up that second home.
Not your first one, right?
Right. Thank you very much, Kate.
Now on KPSP Local 2 News.
Some of you voted on higher taxes, while other cities said, no way. All of your election results coming up.
An alert will interrupt your TV, radio, and satellite today. Why you shouldn't worry too much.
It's not a cold, it's not the flu, but it is a virus that is keeping kids out of school. Find out what you and your family need to look out for. Coming up in What's Going Around.
Live, the morning show from KPSP Local 2, where local comes first.
We're here, and that means they are spending money at our stores and restaurants.
But not all of our second home communities are doing so well. They took a hit during the foreclosure crisis. KPSP Local 2 mobile journalist Kate Cagle looked into what that means for the rest of us.
Well, think about the fact that 40%, almost half of our population only lives here seasonally. But those snowbirds spend a lot of money, about $1 million on average, according to Michael Shepard of the Shepard Group. He's hosting a symposium today to deal with the challenges facing the second home industry. Some golf course communities have seen their membership drop by 10%. That means less revenue to keep up the course and pay staff members. And then that has an impact on the entire Coachella Valley.
What we have to think about is that there are a number of jobs and livelihoods who depend on the health of these golf course communities.
Yeah, they're jobs like landscapers, waiters, even retail positions. We all rely on the second home industry. The forum today will work on new strategies to deal with the economy, the foreclosure crisis, and other problems facing these communities like Facebook. Todd, Stella, I'm hearing the clubs are worried that people from our generation won't need to belong to a country club to keep up friendships because we have social networking sites like Facebook. We meet at restaurants, not at the clubhouse.
That is so interesting. And also the fact that, I'm not going to tie all of golf's success to Tiger Woods, but with Tiger Woods sort of falling out of favor with the public, golf is sort of falling out of favor with the public. And I know my friends who belong to clubs and that run clubs have seen this problem.
Yeah, and that golf course is such a drain when you think about the community, paying for the landscaping, the staff, the carts to keep it all up. They're starting to think that maybe it's not necessary for the next generations that's going to be moving into these clubs. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and if you think about it too, if you're going to have to give up a home, you're going to give up your second home.
That's the other problem. We'll be talking about that more when I come back at 6:30.
Thank you, Kate.
So interesting. That little point about Facebook, I never thought about that. So interesting.